Class, this is Dr. Peter Terzop, and I want to welcome you to Unit 7, which is a case study module about how do we take everything we've learned in the past 6 modules or units and how do we apply it to a case study. A case study is a way of analyzing something by literally taking a case or say a situation and providing more analysis and detail focused on that and on that say company, for example. So in this case, we're going to be doing a case study on one of the companies like Apple, Google, maybe Coca-Cola, American Airlines, and Amazon.com. Having said that, I always encourage students to reach out to their course professor and ask them if there's companies that they can study or analyze. Some people have personal companies they work for and like to dig down deeper and analyze that company. Maybe they have a company they want to in their community that they may want to work for, or they may have some invested interest. It doesn't hurt to ask your professor for that permission. The key with doing a case study is making sure that there's enough information. So for example, if you pick one in your local community or a company you work for, you may not be able to find as much data and academic sources for it. So that is always a complication, and make sure when you request that you have enough information to do a case study or say a research paper. When you go through here, you're going to summarize the company. You're going to look at how things are working in the present and possibly in the future in say 5 years. You're going to make decisions as a CEO, some competitive advantages. All you have to do is read the assignment and look at how it's laid out. A couple things I would highly recommend. If you don't have example papers, you can always ask your professor for more. It doesn't hurt to ask the course professor what they're looking for, what's important to them. That's just part of the educational process. It doesn't hurt to also contact the Student Success Center. They have ways of helping you with writing, and there's other techniques, examples, papers, things they may have to make it easier for you to do your paper. Look at the basic things with papers like structure. How do you use APA to make a proper cover page and references? How do you cite in proper APA? What we want to do is have papers that have good writing length according to the assignment, but also organized with headers and subheaders. Need to look at paragraphs that are reasonably 3 to 5 sentences per paragraph, meaning kind of like the Goldilocks effect, not too short and not too long. We want paragraphs that don't go overboard, but there's some that do not provide enough information. We want a strong introduction. We want to cite in our paragraphs to anchor our analysis. So there's a lot of things that you can look at in your paper to do better and stronger work, and there's a lot of resources out there. There's even writing programs out there. I think Perla has one, Perrla, but there's also Microsoft and other ones that may help you with that. It saves you time writing the paper from an APA standpoint. It doesn't hurt. Remember, presentation is very important. And if you present things in a good, solid APA way, but also include good quality academic sources from the tech, say other sources that help with finding academic sources, all these things help to build a stronger paper. So if there's anything that you need help on, please reach out to some of the resources I mentioned, but also specifically the course professor. Thank you and best of luck.